Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
In this video, we're going to be removing and replacing rear shocks in a 2010 GMC Acadia. If you need this part or other parts for your vehicle, click the link in the description and head over to 1aauto.com. Take the tire off. We're going to use a 22mm socket and a breaker bar. You can use the 7/8 also. Just going to break all the lug nuts free. Raise and support the vehicle. We're using a 2-post lift, but you can also do this with a jack and jack stands. Take the lug nuts off. We use our socket, twist them up. Take the wheel off. So here's the shock, and as you can see, all this stuff on here, this is all oil and dirt that's been because the shock is leaking. We're going to take this 21mm nut off and this bolt. We're going to loosen it up with a 21mm wrench and a socket and a ratchet. Alright, I'm going to loosen this nut. I'm not going to take it off completely. I'm going to leave it right there. Now you can support underneath the control arm. We're going to use a screw jack. You could just use a floor jack if you're working on the ground. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit so that our shock is loose. Now our shock bolt is loose. You can unscrew the nut, take the nut off and the washer, and then our bolt should come right up. Maybe a little bit more. Just like that. Now I can lower this back down. If you're working on the ground, you could leave it the way it is, but we have to lower the vehicle down to gain access to the upper shock bolts. I'm going to use an 18mm wrench on this 18mm nut, and then a 15mm ratchet wrench on the bolt side. If your bolt's really rusty, you can use some penetrating oil. Ours doesn't look too bad. Pull the nut off, pull the bolt straight through. Take a medium pry bar and get in behind here and just pull it straight out. There it is. This is our old part. This is our old shock. This is our new shock from 1aauto.com. As you can see, all the oil leaked out of this one, and that's what keeps the shock ability to do its job. So this one is not performing up to optimum level. As you can see, the design is very similar, slight differences, like this upper dust shield is metal, whereas the old one was plastic. It still has the same configuration up top, same down below. There is a washer that can go on this side. If you're doing the other side, you can put it on that side. It comes with this tie on here. You can take that off. You can do it in the car or take it off before you put it on. Get your part at 1aauto.com and you'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, we're going to install our new shock in the back. It's a little tight right here, so we can either loosen up some of these bolts and get it lined in, or you can take a little hammer and give it a little tap. You pull the brake line out of the way a little bit. Take the nut. Stick the nut on. Now we're going to support our lower control arm again. And if you were doing this on the ground, you could have left this supported before. Bring it up to the level of the shock. We're going to take our bolt, and then that special washer that's going to go in between. It's got a angle side to it that's going to go towards the control arm. So stick that in first. Line our bolt up. I'm going to have to go up a little bit more. That's lined up. I'm going to take our washer, stick the washer on, and then the nut, and tighten that up. Now we're going to snug up this bolt with a 21mm socket and a 21mm wrench and ratchet. We're going to torque the bolt to 74 foot-pounds. Now we'll lower our lower control arm. Right. Now we're going to tighten this bolt and nut down the 18mm nut with a wrench and a ratchet wrench, 15 on the bolt side. We're going to tighten this bolt and nut down to 52 foot-pounds. Install our wheel. Put the lug nuts on. Now we're going to torque the lug nuts down to 140 foot-pounds. You're going to want to torque them in a star pattern so that the wheel will go flush to the rotor evenly.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.